Whoa. Let's see who actually gets alerts. That's going to be interesting. This is going to be kind of a test for this time being because I want to see people are actually going to show up on their own and see what I'm talking about, basically. One in the building. Hello. Sorry, I had to like take a quick minute because like I was filling out the energy, right? So I'm over here filling out the energy, trying to like thinking about this reading. You know what I'm saying? Because people wanted the reading for Yaya. Absolutely understand that. But I'm telling you, I was about to like start, right? And this lighter that I have right here, okay? This lighter, because I kept going back and forth with it in my mind. I'm just like, you know, honestly, the way that I feel, just to be completely honest with y'all, like I feel like it's a sad situation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's really just heartbreaking, to be completely honest with you. And then there's a bit of ego in me as well that knows my level of comprehension, and you know what I'm saying, doing my best to like weigh the intelligence with the compassion, you understand, and unify the two to make the right decision. But this lighter, back to this lighter, would not light up. Like I'm talking about, I was trying to light my shit. Like, see how you see it's lighting right now? Like, it was not lighting when I was about to go live with this girl picture on my shit. And I'm just like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm just like, oh, okay. You know, hi, Terica, River, Nikki, Angie, how you doing? But yeah, like, it was just like, I was like, oh, okay. You know what I'm saying? That's why I just, I'm a bit careful. You know what I'm saying? When I select people or whatever, like, I'm really too concerned about Drake or anything like that. But see, when I'm dealing with energies to where I feel certain things or people feel some sort of a way and they think that it's just from the space of judgment, that's their own judgment that they're dealing with. Because they're already dealing with their own shit. You understand what I'm saying? It's not to sit there and judge anybody else, but at the same time too, we all go through shit. We all know people that go through shit, and it's a very sensitive matter. So I guess like I completely understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like their families involved, so many different things involved, and you know, people feel sensitive about people saying things about them even though they're in the limelight. And it's made this message like very clear, but I feel like just to kind of touch bases on that subject, I feel like we have like for real, our society has really lost their level of compassion. You know what I'm saying? Like looking at situations to where someone, you know, people do things, right? But what does that stem from? You know what I'm saying? I hope this can be like a healing session because that's the point of what I'm doing here. And then we're going to get into some other shit. But when you look at a situation like that, right? I kind of feel like I'm moving into this reading, apparently. So I might do that. But when you look at this situation, I really want to ask y'all, like seriously, because I don't want this to be like, if I'm going to do a reading on this or do anything, it's not going to be a situation to where it's just like, oh my God, oh girl, did you hear? Like, no, that's not what it is. For me, I take my gift seriously. So if I'm talking about a specific situation, it's so that way people can learn and understand certain things and progress forward, if that makes sense. So let me just get to my cards. I'm actually going to pull out a couple. Oh, look at that. Okay. Let me see, because I thought I saw her too, because I think I have mom already, and then and daughter, because I already seen them coming up right off the bat. So welcome. But let me just go ahead and see what the energy is, you know what I'm saying? So basically, let me just show y'all, okay? So this card, I can't remember mom's birthday, Yaya Mama's birthday, but I know that, is she a Libra? I can't remember, but I know that she's like an air sign. I'm not too sure, but I know that she's is she on the cusp? I think she's a Taurus. Is she a Taurus or like a Gemini? Because I know she's on the cusp. So it's kind of hard to tell. I don't know. It's one of the two. But I'm going to just use this card, basically, right? And I do not know the other young lady's name or anything. I'm not too sure of the other young lady with the situation that happened in her. Well, I don't know her sign, actually. I don't know her sign or anything like that. So if y'all know that information, y'all go ahead and put that out there. I know that, what's his name? NBA Youngboy. His birthday is October 20th. Y'all really wanted this. I can feel it. It's like, no, but please. I can feel it. I'm just letting it be known. I'm doing it for them. Okay? I'm doing it for them because they asked me to. And that's just what it is. So let me just write down her name really quick. 52000, and I think, what's his name? I don't know his full name. NBA Youngboy. What is it? 10, 20, 99. That's all I know, basically. And I'm gonna just use those. Okay, so he already calling out his card. He's like, I'm a Libra. Like, you can hear that already. I'm a Libra. So let me just find his card really quick. He wants me to use a specific card, but I don't think I'm going to be using that card because I use and acknowledge, even though this card can come up as anything in anybody else's reading, this is a very dear card to me for a very good reason. So I'm just going to make you the knight. Okay, you are a knight. Sorry, but we have to make you the Knight of Swords because it makes a lot of sense. Knight of Swords have a bit more, like, as you can see, you know what I'm saying? Got the hair. This is like kind of like the music. This is kind of like the scars and the battle wounds and everything like that. You know what I'm saying? Picking up some good cards. So anyway, let's look at this really quick. Honestly, let's just focus on these two. I'm going to assume that the other person or the other female will probably come back into this fold and she'll probably address her sign through the cards, because sometimes when I'm doing that, that's when certain things kind of happen. So anyway, let me just get to this. What we're going to do is, if you guys want to, I'm sorry, let me put that in as well. If you guys have any questions below, ask me, and basically I will read them, you know what I'm saying, see if they're appropriate and whatnot to the situation, and answer it the best way possible. Again, you guys know how to donate. Y'all know how to show love, support for free, share, like, subscribe, and I appreciate the wonderful, fabulous amount of people coming in just to, you know, tune in, so I appreciate y'all. All right, so I had to light that really quick. Okay, so let's focus on Yaya and NBA Youngboy's relationship. Let's start there. That feels like a good starting point, I think. Basically, that seems like a decent starting point. And I hope that we can actually look at this situation and really truly look at the dynamics of what we see in our community or see in our own families, and how that affects us. You know what I'm saying? How different things affect us. Okay. So, okay. I'm sorry, just give me 1 second. I'm gonna show you guys in a minute. So, lately, what it's showing me is that she's coming up as this card right here. I think I'll probably use this one. Showing me the Page of Swords, you know what I'm saying? Like, he feels as if she's like more of a match to him in his personality, I'm assuming, and the way that they handle things. That's crazy. Okay. So basically with this card, it's placing the Emperor in the situation because I'm asking him his personal thought processes or viewpoint of her, basically, and how he feels towards her. He's saying like, yes, they do mirror each other on some levels, but I guess one thing that seems to be getting in the way is the Emperor card. Okay, this could be a father figure, this could be a boss, this could be somebody who has a lot of power and a lot of control. This is someone, you know what I'm saying, like they run certain things, like they can make things happen. But this individual, this very masculine energy seems to be kind of getting in the way between these two, is what it seems to be communicating to me. But basically, it's kind of showing me a couple of things. Again, King of Wands, basically, with this card being positioned in the past, it just kind of feels like somebody's keeping a close eye on these two, basically. They're keeping a close eye. But this is like within this person's circle. I'll just say it like that. I have to be very mindful of how I say certain things. You know what I'm saying? I'm assuming this is the young lady right here, Queen of Cups, because she's positioned in the root. And also, there seems to be something to where when he makes specific, I guess you could say, how can I say it, demands, or I guess you can say has a specific prototype of how certain things go when it comes down to love or what he's doing. I would have thought that maybe I guess it's like maybe certain things aren't really communicated as clearly as to how certain things are going in this situation, because it seems like there's a good friendship, you know what I'm saying? Like they have a decent friendship and like decent elements and stuff like that. But I just kind of feel as if like I feel like he makes it clear as far as like the things that he's seeking, you know what I'm saying? Like if it's more than just like one female, basically, just to kind of summarize it, right? But he's expecting shit to be like, you know, I guess you could say cohabitational in a sense. But that's just the energy that I feel, you know what I'm saying? Like it's supposed to be cohabitational in a way. But I guess that's the thing where, you know, she's supposed to have a bit of more of a dominance in the situation, given the fact that if he's serious or was serious about marrying her, then yeah, it's going to be interesting to see how that dynamic, you know, how that works out, basically. There's going to be a situation to where I keep seeing with this young lady, the one that was going through her situation, when it comes down to the child, and I don't know why, but I also keep getting that with this. Let me get back further into this card that I was showing y'all with the Emperor. So basically, it's like questioning paternity, or even questioning like certain situations in this matter pertaining to fatherhood as well. But this is like a situation to where I also feel like that's apart from him, but there's something connected to her to where it seems like someone is being, you know, has a lot of control, influence in this relationship, and he don't play, basically. And I'm gonna just leave it at that. But she is basically showing me the Six of Cups, which was talking about children, basically. She's like, it seems like, you know, like I said, this is like a very challenging thing for her. You know, that's why this is like very sensitive, and even me doing a reading on it, I wasn't too keen on jumping into it because I know that these are people's lives. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like, okay, I waited to talk about it, so I'm gonna just give my version of it the best way possible. I don't know. I keep feeling like she's expecting a boy, but she keeps saying that she's not bringing the child around, or this person can't be this one can't be near when this one comes around. So, and it's also showing me this one right here, who seems to be cool with this one. They have a decent relationship with each other, I guess, when it's coming down to concerning maybe two women dealing with children or pregnancy or different things like that, because the Empress card is talking about pregnancy. Just saying different things of that nature. So it's just, I don't know, it's just kind of interesting. It's a very interesting thing, you know? I just keep getting the feeling that she has more, and I'm probably gonna see what's up with her cards as well, like to see where her feelings are towards him. But he's kind of like, the feeling that I get is like, yeah, she's cool, that's it. And it's just like, okay, but you know what I'm saying? Like, what else? You know what I'm saying? Like, what else? Just being honest. So, let me see if there's any questions or anything down here. Oh, you guys are just like watching. Okay, well, let's do this shit. Anyway, so let's see. How does she feel towards NBA Youngboy? And when we talk about relationships and different things like that, right? Because I understand sometimes girls, they go through situations to where they feel less than, or they feel, however they feel when there's another female presence, there at all hours of the night, all types of stuff. Absolutely understand that. I can understand that. I guess what it is looking at the source of that. You understand what I'm saying? Like looking at the source of that shit and actually looking into, how certain people are attracted, like subconsciously, and they don't even recognize it. They're like straight up attracted to versions of their fathers. You understand? Or seeing their father's behavior. And I think that's the reason why that Emperor card was sitting there, because that Emperor card just keeps sitting there. You know what I'm saying? And just keeps saying, like, showing me different things. She got me. So basically, it's kind of showing me in this that she has to, it's complete damage control in this situation, basically. Like, her mother was, she ain't having it. She's thinking about her mama in her heart. That's who she's thinking about. She's thinking about her mama, like different things like that. She's placing the 5 of Cups in the past. So, regardless of how certain things may be, from what it seems like to me, it seems like mom wants this to be done, like over with. And this is like from actually more so from dad, actually. That's what it's kind of showing me. Getting into arguments, getting upset about this, you know what I'm saying? Not really coming to an understanding about, I guess it just ain't no talking back. There's just nothing else to be said. And I can understand probably where he's coming from, because, you shouldn't I don't know what it is in people's relationships, but speaking, you know what I'm saying, on his father, I don't know, bro. You don't feel like, when it comes down to certain things, like, there's just certain situations, again, poor decisions, you know what I'm saying? Just making poor decisions, turning to father for assistance, and probably receiving help. Female energy is what it's showing me, prominent in her situation. But I just kind of feel like this is like quickly, something that people are definitely going to be talking about a lot, is what it's showing me, not knowing what to expect, in this situation, but doing her best to be optimistic. She's really doing her best to try to be optimistic in this situation. Best way that she knows how. Let me see. What else? That's just kind of what I'm saying currently at the moment. But it's just like, let me just get back to that. Like, I guess, like, is it wrong? Like, okay, let's just be for real. I'm just kind of going off topic a little bit because I often see this, like, with rappers, like, different things like that, where when it comes down to, like, dating, females or whatever it is, there's, like, multiple women, right? And I guess I'm just kind of curious to know from, certain female standpoint, like, I feel like there's some females that feel like they're okay with it, that's fine. But in this situation, I just kind of wonder, like, did he think that it was going to be okay? You understand what I'm saying? Like, did he think that it was going to be all right and that there was going to be, like, no consequences to, towards how people feel? And I'm not saying that it excuses her actions whatsoever. That's not what I'm saying. I just kind of feel like sometimes when people go through things in life, it's like seeing a reoccurrence of something that has happened in somebody else's life, which is, oh my God. Okay, that makes so much sense. Oh my goodness. Oh, that makes sense. Okay, so I'm sorry, I was just hearing someone that was on the other side in relation to this reading, but I just kind of feel like even when you're looking at certain things, because I was trying to figure out who this Queen of Pentacles was, and she let herself be known to me from that side of the veil. So I'm just going to ask her, that's how she told me to say it, I'm just going to ask her, is she really confirming the things that I'm hearing in regards to, like, how she really feels? And I'm just going to see if certain cards come up in relation to what she feels, basically. And it's like, I keep hearing that, it's like, she's like, look, it's kind of, she's showing me, ooh, okay, so I'll just show you like this. I talked about this individual before, I'll just say that much. She's indicating, yes, this is family. You understand? Regardless of what it is, this is family. People want to know who this is. This is Josie. Let me just say that, okay? Because I just kept hearing her energy, and she is showing me situations when it's dealing with like the Two of Cups. No matter how rough things were, I think that she always stood and tried to maintain a grip on love and family. And she's looking at like the Six of Wands and wanting her to kind of like, she's like wishing her the best, like always trying to wish her the best or always trying to reach out. But she always felt like there was something that wasn't really being reciprocated, because this is like the generosity card, like when you give, but maybe the same level of respect isn't given back per se. So when you're looking at this situation, it's like the love is still there. There's still this aspect of restriction, but she's kind of showing me how certain things in the situation kind of come like full circle in a strange way. You know what I mean? Like, because she's showing me the Knight of Wands, which means swift movement, and then the Justice card. And she's showing me that she's like able to kind of like walk away now. I don't know what that's about, but I'm just like telling you how she feels. And she's like, oh, well, now what do I do? That's just kind of like what I'm picking up, what I see, So I think that it's a situation to where even in previous relationships, like for her, things are hurtful for women. We're very sensitive and delicate creatures. So it's just like, I guess, even for her own father, would he expect her to be in a situation like that, the way that he handles his own personal affairs? You understand what I'm saying? Like, would you expect your daughter to live the way that you live, or the way that how you have your relationships with women, and how does that affect like a female psychology? You know what I'm saying? Does she always feel like she has to fight for this man that she's with in order to get your attention? I feel like I'm just being as honest as possible in this situation. And there's like not enough money in the world that can there's not enough money in the world that can buy love. You know what I'm saying? Like real love and affection and spending time. Like, I don't know, I just feel like I need to say these things because at the end of the day, it's just kind of like, you really feel bad for people. You know what I'm saying? It's just about like showing compassion to people and knowing that people put themselves into some different things and people hurt. You know what I'm saying? Because we deal with that in our community on a daily basis. Could be. I don't know, hun. I'm just gonna, let me see. Her stepmom, I wonder, did she ever have a relationship with her? Yeah, of course. Yes, absolutely. Most definitely. Most definitely. Absolutely. But for her, like I said, this is a situation to where I feel like this is a time for her to like really kind of get to know herself on a very deep level, basically. Like I said, trying to be reunited. Let me just show y'all. Here she is, right here. There's always going to be a love there. There's always going to be like this aspect of connection there. I don't think she's ever really going to fully move forward and let go, per se. I just kind of feel like, I'm assuming, is there like some sort of restraining order, like where certain people can't see each other, they have to be of a distance now because of this situation with the 8 of Swords, basically, keeping certain people away. That's just what I keep hearing. But it's like I said, it's something because it's trying to like maintain. Yeah, so you're right, having children together as a unit or as a family, right, exactly. So they work through those things, as a blended family. There's a restraining order against Yaya now. Okay, that makes sense. It's just about her trying to be around family and different things like that, but I know that she's like, I guess the question is like, yes, the world is paying attention and everything, but is that what you're seeking? You know what I'm saying? Like, is that what's gonna make you happy? Is that really what you want? You know what I'm saying? And luckily mom is very affectionate, nurturing, always like gentle, different things like that, which is wonderful. But I just kind of feel like she needs like some deep like healing. You know what I mean? Like there's like some deep healing, because sometimes people like, yes, they're tough, like they do all types of different stuff or whatever, but that means that somebody's hurting on the inside. There's something that hurts, you know what I'm saying? And I think that maybe that's where people are misunderstanding why people are like responding in a way, you know what I mean? And this is not supposed to be the norm. It's not supposed to be the norm within our communities or within our family, or no matter how, I don't care what it is, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not, like, if it's on some aspects of like boxing, for instance, like, even though I know females are like, oh, I don't want to box, I'm going to do this, but if you quit to fight somebody, you might as well just start boxing, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, keeping it moving from that, but it's just like, there's just certain things where I just feel like there needs to be some aspect of, like I said, of some healing or some discipline. You understand what I'm saying? Like some real discipline. I'm sorry. let me go ahead and just focus on these cards. I'm sorry, because I was pulling out the Oracle cards. Let me read what you guys are saying really quick. Yeah, needs to understand and strengthen herself and be more independent. Does that have a lot to do with her relationship with her father? I believe I touched bases on that a little bit earlier. So we're just talking about Yaya, actually. So that's who we're speaking on. At first, I was going to talk about it, but I just feel like I needed to take a whole nother approach. Because at first, my lighter was not lighting for whatever reason. You know what I'm saying? And then it's like as soon as I changed the shirt, and then I came back, and then things wanted to light up and everything. And I'm like, you know, maybe I should do something else, but I kept getting the feeling that you guys wanted the reading on Yaya Mayweather. So, just to clarify for those that are coming in, since we're at the 30-minute mark, y'all already know. You guys, thank you. Yes, she did her hair herself. Thank you. Yes, did the hair myself. Appreciate it so much. Thank you for the love. But 30-minute mark, you guys can hit me up on Queen Prodigy 0369 at Instagram, Queen Prodigy 369 at Gmail for personal consultations, emails, etc. It's $40 for 30 minutes for those that are asking for any private consultations with me. I appreciate those that assist and that support me and that love me. I love every single one of you, and thank you for encouraging me to keep going, because sometimes I'm just like all over the place, and I can't believe, like, I don't know, sometimes I can't believe my life, you understand? Not to make it all about me, but it's just like, what the fuck? This is really happening, you know? So I appreciate all of you for supporting me, being there, like, telling me to keep going. I appreciate every single one of you so much. Thank you guys so much for tuning in and showing so much love, because that means everything to me. But I just want to look at this Oracle energy card. Actually, let me put him up. I'm going to just put him away for like a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And just focus on this young lady's energy really quick. And then I want to focus on the other girl as well, you know? Because, like I said, there's something that needs to be healed here. There's something that, and people don't really recognize trauma. And I'm just speaking from a perspective of being somebody who properly deals with, like, who's dealing or has dealt with PTSD. You understand? And this is a common thing that is within our community, you know, that we see on a regular basis. And it just seems like we're just so fogged by, you know, violence and crime, or just different levels of abuse and different things like that, and it becomes numbing and normal, you know what I'm saying? And I think that that's the reason why our community, like, really needs to, like, really look at itself, you know, not to be in a space of, like, trying to like harm people or hurt people or bash anybody or do anything like that. It's just a situation to where you got to look at it and be like, damn, that could have been my own child. You know what I'm saying? That could have been my little girl, because there's something that's missing. You understand? Like, there's something that is missing in her, because, and I understand that. I can understand being upset and angry and being like, you know, that was my heart, this is my feelings, I kept it real, you know what I'm saying, like all this other stuff. But it's like, I guess, you know what I'm saying, you have to look at it, you know what I'm saying, people don't really put that into perspective when they're dating or when they're talking to individuals. Like, yo, am I choosing my mother, or am I choosing my father, or am I choosing somebody from my past, you know what I'm saying, that I still haven't had resolved and fixed issues with? Or did I see this somewhere? You know, did I see this as a normal behavior to what love is supposed to look like? And I think I can understand her own personal frustration, where it's like, if somebody say, yeah, babe, I'm gonna be with you, but they live in a different life elsewhere, it's kind of convoluted in, you know, in communication. That's like the main thing, is communication. She's like kind of showing me a couple of different things. So this is her card right here. It's like she keeps thinking about, I don't know, angel of love, look at that. She's still in her feelings. Like, she still feels She still feels the way that she feels, even if it's through writing, texting, or something. I'm gonna just keep it funky with you. There's still some sort of aspect of communication because Archangel Gabriel is kind of confirming that, like communicating or whatever it is. But it's kind of strange because even in this time, like there's all of these like different opportunities that are coming up, but she's placing the angel of strength in the situation. So is it about, you know what I'm saying? Is it just only, because I kind of feel like with this, it's kind of more so about anger or temper, you know? Or just feeling like, you know, a little weak, but you express it in a way that's like angry, you know, or upset. We go through these things, you know, these are normal things. And it's talking about controlling your solar plexus, focusing on yourself and loving yourself. And that's what's missing, you know what I'm saying? So solar plexus is related to Leo, so like the lion, you know what I'm saying? They're saying that this chakra is weak because you haven't been focusing on yourself and trying to balance yourself out and heal yourself because you're taking on other people's energy, you know what I'm saying? Because you are sensitive. You are very sensitive. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes your dreams tell you what it is, but sometimes it's so hard to like really choose on what to do or make a decision as far as like what to do. You know what I'm saying? And you keep, and yes, you know, when people are in love, they take risks. They try to, you know, branch out and be there for somebody and show their undying love and care. But somebody playing games. Somebody's deceiving somebody in this relationship. So it's like kind of having like a quick reality check real quick. You know what I'm saying? Like have a quick reality check with yourself really quick. And that's kind of hard, especially like when you're in love and you're young. Like it's really hard, you know? It's a really tough situation. There's so many bonds that have happened. Let me read this. This is from Soul Sister. So it says, this karma for Josie, and you said Queen, there will be karma. I'm more saying karma for Mayweather had to dish out all this money so she don't have to do serious time. Well, I mean, I'm just doing what ancestors is telling me to do and when to do it and when's the right time to do it and how to word it appropriately. You understand what I'm saying? Because like I said, there's so many people that have done readings out there in regards to this situation for Yaya and all the other stuff like that, and that's not where I'm coming from. You know what I'm saying? I'm looking at it from a situation to where we're looking at, you know, a young lady that's hurt. You know what I'm saying? Something that's like hurting inside of her. But not only that, the young woman who was also hurt too, and what's going on inside of her. And there's just a lot of manipulation. You know what I'm saying? Like it's like, you know, it's just too much manipulation going on, basically. And obviously it just seemed like, okay, he sent her off, and it seemed like she came back, right? So she came back, and then all of a sudden people in the crib or whatever, and she's just like, what the fuck, you know? It's so much going back and forth in that situation. That's why I'm like trying to figure out what the energy is, because I'm trying to figure out if they're like, it's a Libra, Gemini, you know, Taurus relationship. Her emotions are blocked too painful for her to face. Wow, a lot of blocked anger. Yeah, it could be. You're absolutely right. It's, you know, there's just certain things like to where people say, oh, I take care of myself, I look good, I do this, but what are you doing inside? If that makes sense. What's going on inside with you? So, let me turn these over really quick. Hi. Sorry, my puppy. Okay, go lay down. Go. So basically, this lady right here, the one who had, you know, the accidents and stuff happen to her, she taking homeboy to court. So I don't know if you know homeboy, but she getting paid. She's not really talking about it too much, but she talking about it to you. So she gonna make sure that basically certain affairs are in order when it comes down to the bag and certain lawsuits and different things like that. And she's going to win. I'm just going to be completely honest with you. I'm not even going to hold back and just say that, you know, and someone is advising her, since you want to know, since you think that people like to put things in people's heads and stuff, but this person that is behind her, maybe like a father figure or something, or someone related to her, is advising her to do so. Basically, just to show you, it's a situation to where she is looking at her options or different decisions. She's not the type of person that really wants to seek too much attention, but people will come with different offers, you know, to look into her energy. We are talking about the young lady that Yaya attacked. Basically, she's saying that she plans on probably filing a lawsuit with this guy. So she's kind of showing me that she's going after NBA Youngboy or something, and just basically saying that they're going to be doing like some sort of a lawsuit or something to that effect. So anyway, back to the money. Getting paid, basically. Blossoming abundance. So that is her outcome, her goal, that is her vision. She's more so focused on herself. And it's nothing personal. It's not to say that she's like a gold digger or anything like that. It's just that the situation happened to where she feels like she needs to cut off certain old attachments and put her, and this is the part that I have to like really be concerned about with her, is that a lot of people are going to start different stuff, you know, as far as matters of the heart, and feeling like, you know, certain people still have attachments, basically. They still have attachments to her energy, or they don't, and maybe that's something that needs to be said, that he probably ain't saying, is he don't know how to let this one go. I don't know her name, and she could be a water sign, fire sign, I'm not too sure. But that's just what I see her for the young lady. But she's like doing her best to like remove herself from a toxic relationship, like really, you know, cut things off. And, you know, she's heartbroken, she's hurt, you know what I'm saying? Because it's a very confusing situation to be in. So she's kind of like not too sure what to do. Of course, there's always going to be love there, but it's just like, this is not healthy. You know what I'm saying? Like, this kind of situation going back and forth is just not healthy. That's just how she feels. That's just how she feels. You know? Not even mad at her. So anyway, let me see if there's anything else in regards to any other questions, because she going to, more than likely both, but I feel like she's going after him first because he's supposed to protect her. That's just what I keep hearing, you know what I'm saying? She keeps saying like he's supposed to protect me, like, and she's just like kind of, I don't know, just shook up, you know what I'm saying? Just really hurt, basically. And I mean, let me look at this really quick, because I just want to see what the parallel between their relationship is. You know what I'm saying? And I'm sure that's probably what she wants to know. And I'm sure all y'all want to know too. Honestly, I should be cutting my video off at like 45, because people got me saying all types of stuff out here. And I'm just like, you know, people like a show. Do they support the show? Nobody knows. Maybe they do. Maybe they will. Anyway, let me find his card. Sorry, I have to find his card. Get on the grind. Alright. So, here we go. This is the young lady. This is NBA Youngboy. Got it? So we're just going to see what the relationship is between those two. It's a very tumultuous thing. It's extremely tumultuous. I feel like, see, I'm just going to be honest with you, like the chemistry that I feel between NBA Youngboy and this young lady, like he feels like, and I'm just already telling you off the bat, like I'm just, no offense to anybody out there, but he feels like she can change him. I don't know what that's about, basically. But that's kind of how I'm just, maybe, like I said, people have a hard time expressing things, you know what I'm saying? They have a hard time, like, really expressing how they really feel because they don't want to hurt people and, you know, things look a certain way in the media and all this other stuff. Okay. So, let's just show you guys right here. This card, this is him. She is on his crown, okay? And I'm assuming he feels like this is the only thing that she was after, basically. Maybe that's how he feels. Maybe he's just concerned about his own finances and pertaining to her. It's showing me that there's like something to where she's blocked some form of communication. I'm assuming it just doesn't want nothing to do with anything no more. She's okay. Look at this. So this is Yaya in the room. So this is an interesting dynamic because they're both popping into each other's readings. You know what I'm saying? So which would probably tell me is that he wanted things to be on a kosher level, but they just weren't with it. You know, they were not with it. This is in a situation, Air Cups. I just keep hearing either certain ways will block off, basically, or people couldn't get away because she keeps complaining about being restricted and not being able to run or to leave or whatever it is feeling. It's like feeling very, you know, congested, basically. I think, like I said before, I feel like, yes, there is this aspect of love here. But at the same time, too, she's just saying this ain't gonna work. Like, it's just not gonna work out at all. And she's like, I need to focus on something new, you know? Like, this is not gonna work out at all. Because I have to think about what's important for me, basically. Like, she's being a bit more rational. I feel like she's being a bit more rational about it than she is to be completely honest with you, because she feels like she's getting what she wants, but I don't know if you'll be able to really do that, because people ain't playing, basically. You are amazing. Thank you, love. I appreciate the support when you all have the time to give it. Yes, the lady is moving in the right direction. Yeah, truly. And it's just crazy. All that money can't bring that baby back. That's what I was wondering. Like, did anything? Because I wasn't too sure about that, because I heard that something happened, but then again, I'm not too sure. But she just keeps talking about a boy. I don't know why, but I just felt a lot of male energy with that child, to be completely honest with you. And I don't know how far along she was or anything like that, but that's why I felt a little uneasy talking about it, because I'm just like, damn, people put shit out in the motherfucking media, and I'm like, damn, but that's a baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's a baby, you know? I don't know. It's just all around just heartbreaking. You know, it's all around just sad. People playing with people's emotions and different things like that. And they probably don't want to admit that they're the main cause of those problems, but they just, I think there's like some aspect of like disassociation. You know what I'm saying? Let me see. Oh, thank you. Yes, thank you, Maya, pressing the like button and doing all that. I appreciate it. I'm just trying to read what this person is saying. I'm sorry. Let me move this up. Not related to what you're reading, but I first discovered your video on Pop, and I fell in love with what you do. Also, can you do another reading for him if you don't mind? I'll probably do one like on his birthday or something. Like, I feel like I do so many readings for Pop, and I'll definitely, you know, think about it. I'll definitely think about that, because he was on my mind not too long ago. But I appreciate that. Thank you for the love and the support and everything. That means so much to me. I appreciate the positive comments, because when you guys tell me that the things that I'm saying to you on a personal level or whichever level it is, like, y'all let me know that, like, this is no joke. Like, what I'm doing is for real. And I appreciate people that are just like, yo, y'all go check her out. You know what I'm saying? Y'all check her shit out. Y'all go see what she's about and give her a chance. So I appreciate that so much about each and every single one of you, that you guys give me so much love, and you guys like still fuck with me, you know, for who I am as a person. So that means everything to me. Everything. You know? But like I was saying before, there was just like a lot of manipulation going on. Like, there's just too much manipulation happening. And I just feel like people aren't being honest about how they feel. You know what I'm saying? He just want to make everybody happy and have everything like kind of go his way. Like, you know, like typical rapper, like, you feed me grapes while you rub my feet, and like, you know, like all types of shit. But it's just a situation to where I feel like she has to get back to focusing on things that are far more important with her life. You know what I'm saying? And she's very smart. That's the thing too. These are very intelligent young women. They're very smart girls. I mean, some girls might act a little more hood than others. I understand that, but I'm just talking about from their personal intelligence level. And there's just so many things that she could be using to do with that. And primarily, even though she doesn't want to hear that, because her thing is, let me show y'all cards. So basically, her thing is like the things that she wants to accomplish, or she's hoping that things will just kind of eventually pay off for her, is that when it comes down to building her own career or her own name, or, you know, working extremely hard to like to pick herself back up. You know what I'm saying? It seems like there's, you know, when it comes down to certain things as far as like handling things financially, or feeling like she has to take the responsibility to manage, you know, her own success to the best of her ability, right? And that relationship is kind of like a comfort for her. But anyway, moving forward, having specific disagreements when it comes down to, like I said, the things that are supposed to be going on in her life, etc. But I was going to show you guys these last three cards, regardless of if people are doing their thing or not. I was getting to these three, to where I see this female, the Devil card, and the Page of Swords. So I'm just going to say that certain people were mentioning things, and I don't know why these cards are coming up the way that they are, but I'm just going to say that there's like a lot of judgment. There's a lot of things that are getting even. I don't know why I need to say that. Maybe that's just coming from this card over here, but there's a lot of things that are kind of coming into judgment. And I'm just going to leave it at that, because I just kind of feel like this person is not done. Like, she's not, it's like she's definitely in this space, like in this energy right now, basically, like just kind of observing Earth, and then she goes back to doing what she's doing. It's like kissing the children, praying over the children, doing different things like that, and then looking at the mess and just walking away. And I just kind of feel like she's a very compassionate person, but when it comes down to when she feels like people have done her wrong, or have done anything to her, she has a funny way of like kind of like showing that, if that makes sense. And maybe there, like I said before, there could have been conflicts in prior relationships. You know what I mean? You know, but people got to make things work. And I don't think that situations like these are you know, super repairable. Let me read these comments. Me too. I discovered you when you did a reading on X and Nip. I love your readings. Love that you are honest and don't spread hate or negativity. Thank you. Sometimes you know what I'm saying? I'm still human. Sometimes I'll be going in, but at first I was like, I don't feel like going in. You know what I'm saying? Like, this is like, it just felt really sensitive to me, especially like, you know, with babies and like different things like that. I'm just like, ain't not enough fucking clout in the world. You know what I'm saying? Like, nah, bro. I'm gonna wait to talk about this. I'm not gonna just drop it and be like, no, that's just too much. You know, it's too much. Let me see. How am I doing with the quarantine? I did my hair. I'm gonna put these bad boys back up in rollers eventually, since people wanted to talk about my hair and be like, oh, I can't see your roots. I need to see your hair, because I need to know that it's real. Yeah, it's all mine, and I do it myself. So, been doing that for like 3 years. My own hair for 3 years. So, thank you for asking. Just taking time to like focus on myself and like be really peaceful. Queen, why don't you do a reading on Aretha Franklin, Queen of Soul? Because there's like a list, and I'll eventually get to that list. I just kind of go with what I feel or what feels comfortable for me. So it's not to say that I won't do it. It's just I have to, you know, feel different people out, basically. Because sometimes I get energies that kind of come forward and they're really strong and they'll take over my TV and say, yeah, I want you to talk about me. So I'm going to talk about, you know, people that are on the list, but I do see y'all recommendations all the time. I don't know what it says. Very sensitive. You did good. Thank you very much. I didn't mean to go on and ramble, but like I said before, it's just like a really sad situation to where it's kind of like, you know, girls, like I said, girls seem to be always inspired to like have children, to marry, to do all these different things. But when it comes down to men and responsibility and what they take in accounts to children, women, how they treat females, how they treat different people, like, and what women are willing to accept at the end of the day too, even though they don't resonate with it. And maybe it's just about people actually speaking up for what it is that they want, you know what I'm saying? And actually going after those things instead of thinking that they can change people who don't want to change. And that's just kind of what I feel like, you know, that's really complicated and really hard, but it's just like, she still has like these different aspirations of like I said, of being married or having a relationship or whatever it is, just out of the sake of out of the sake of love, but also out of the sake of jealousy. You know what I'm saying? Kind of like taunting in a way. But yeah, it's just all this. Where was that learned from? You know what I'm saying? Who taught you that? Where'd you see that from? You know, who said that this was acceptable? You know what I'm saying? And that's something that we have to look at for within ourselves. It's not about just like pointing the finger at her. It's about what everybody goes through in different relationships and how we react to those things. You know what I'm saying? So I think it's about having a lesson at the end of the day. Let me see. Queen, where could I order your shirt? Actually, Val, try to hit me up on the side because I'm actually talking to someone about my shirt who made my shirt, and I'm actually in partnership with them, but I will see if I can promote this shirt and have you guys have the opportunity to order it if you guys want to. Queen, next time would you please do a reading on Dave Gross? There's like a whole list right here, bruh. Who are these people? Meek Mill, Steve, Big U. There's like a lot of people in that Hilda. No, it's okay. It's just it's fine. I'm just kind of curious, but you're talking about rumors with them being involved or certain things like that. I'm just trying to understand, like, who the hell are all these people? Like, I recognize a couple of names, but I'm just like, who are, I don't know. I don't know everybody named like that. That's all I'm saying. So, but anyway, an hour in, yes, nothing but positive energy, nothing but aspects of reflection. That's the mood that I'm in, you know what I'm saying? That's what I've been able to work on with myself. So while I was away for like 4 or 5 days and y'all was looking for me. But peace of mind, bruh. I'm telling you, no matter what people trying to throw into your mind or trying to, intimidate or do whatever, I understand that. But sometimes I think that if we take a step back and look at the aspects of healing, the karmic things that we go through, maybe things wouldn't have to be so complicated. You know what I'm saying? Maybe things wouldn't be so complicated in our choices or in our decisions. So, I'm from the Netherlands. That's so dope. But anyway, I hope that you guys enjoyed this Yaya reading. I wanted to make sure that I'm not like backing out or doing anything like that. I hope that you guys are thoroughly entertained. And for those that have supported me, you can be able to support me below in the description box. So I'm about to log out here and put, my rollers up in my head or go live and call it a night. And we'll figure out what we're going to do next. Okay? Bye-bye.